Adapting leadership for a boundaryless future, preparing organizations and leaders for an agile, global, and transparent tomorrow. Abstract. This article examines how organizational leadership has fundamentally transformed in recent decades, characterized by increasingly boundaryless operations, heightened agility, globalization, and unprecedented transparency. These shifts create both opportunities and challenges, requiring leaders to adopt more fluid collaborative approaches, embrace constant adaptation, develop cultural dexterity, and maintain impeccable transparency. Success in this evolving landscape demands that leaders reimagine traditional structures, cultivate experimental mindsets, broaden global perspectives, and build trust through openness. The article contends that future organizations will thrive as networked models rather than hierarchies, with leaders who proactively develop adaptive competencies positioned to navigate uncertainty and leverage change as a competitive advantage. The landscape of organizational leadership has radically changed in recent decades and will continue to evolve at an even faster pace going forward. Today's organizations are increasingly boundaryless, operating across geographic and industry borders with dispersed teams. They are also more agile, able to nimbly respond to changing markets and new opportunities. Globalization has connected all corners of the world, necessitating a broader, more diverse mindset. Additionally, transparency is higher than ever before, with information readily accessible and an expectation of open communication the norm. These shifts present both opportunities and challenges for organizations and the leaders guiding them, while boundaryless structures unlock new possibilities. They also require more fluid, collaborative management approaches. Agility enables responsiveness but demands constant learning and adaptation. Diversity of perspectives provides advantage but necessitates cultural dexterity. Transparency fosters trust but leaves little room for error. To successfully navigate an ever more boundaryless future, leaders must evolve alongside their organizations through envisioning the change, developing new mindsets and skills, and implementing practices that empower team members across dispersed networks. Today we will explore how the boundaryless, agile, global, and transparent nature of organizations is fundamentally altering leadership requirements, reimagining organizational structures as boundaries between companies dissolve and partnerships and alliances transcend industries. Traditional hierarchical structures are giving way to flatter, networked models. Morgan, 2006. Where strict divisions once existed, relationships and fluid connections now take precedence. This reality demands leaders rethink how they view and enable collaboration across organizational divides. Software giant Atlassian exemplifies this approach through its federated model, which empowers independent, self-organizing teams linked through shared values rather than top-down rules. Newman, 2014. By eliminating silos and centralizing decision-making, the company has scaled globally while preserving an entrepreneurial spirit. Likewise, design firm IDEO thrives on boundaryless collaboration through open, studio, workspaces that promote sharing of diverse talents towards innovative solutions. Brown, 2009. Cultivating an agile mindset to survive in a fast-paced world where technologies, products, and strategies regularly become outdated. Leaders must embrace agility as a core competency. Holton, 2018. Rather than rigidly adhering to preset plans, they facilitate constant experimentation, reflection on results, and course correction when needed. At companies like Amazon and Netflix, this agile mindset is exemplified through their Day One philosophies of remaining beginner-like in addressing each new challenge. Lashinsky, 2017. Stone and Brooks, 2018. Similarly, sports apparel giant Nike grows through rapid testing of new ideas in physical, innovation warehouses, and digital platforms that gather real-time consumer feedback. Lashinsky, 2017. Leaders who foster cultures accepting of failure as a learning tool empower this kind of responsive agility. Leading with a global perspective as workforces diversify beyond borders and local impacts have worldwide reverberations. Leaders require a broadened worldview accommodating varied cultural mindsets. Grove. 1996. This involves actively seeking to understand different perspectives rather than assuming the superiority of any single approach. At Unilever, developing this global dexterity has come through initiatives like rotating high-potential employees internationally early in their careers. Grove. 1996. Similarly, smartphone maker Xiaomi thrives on the diverse backgrounds within its workforce which fuel globalization, adapting products authentically to local preferences worldwide. Stone and Kai. 2019. Leaders who embrace diverse thinking as a driver of innovation will gain competitive advantage in tomorrow's interconnected marketplace. Building trust through transparency with information access at everyone's fingertips. Transparency has become a baseline expectation for ethical leadership in the digital age. Amy. 2003. Rather than resisting disclosure, leaders foster trust by openly sharing insights, admitting mistakes, and crowdsourcing feedback and ideas. At Danone, top-down transparency through an one person, one voice, one share employee stock ownership program aligns interests and motivates grassroots innovation. Amy. 2003. Similarly, tech giant Google establishes transparency as a core tenet through practices like regular internal TGIF forums and surveying staff satisfaction. Lashinsky. 2009. Leaders who make openness a priority see engaged teams empowered to excel. Conclusion: future organizations will exist as dispersed, cross-functional collaborations demanding radically adaptive leaders. Those who reimagine rigid structures as networked models, who embrace agility, diversity of thought, and transparency as strategic cornerstones, and who cultivate these mindsets proactively will steer with confidence amid uncertainties. Investing now in developing adaptive leadership competencies within one's organization and its people prepares all to thrive in tomorrow's boundaryless landscape. While massive change lies ahead, opportunities also emerge for those who accept evolution as constant and commit to developing the flexibility to harness change positively.